Good morning, good morning. My name is Kathleen. I am a registered psychologist and I'm currently studying a Masters of Clinical Psychology. Welcome to my vlog. It's just gone 9:14 and I rocked up to uni stressed. I was really worried I was late. It is the first day of placement 2 and I thought we had a 9 a.m. workshop. It's like an introduction to cognitive assessments and what to expect for the second placement. And yeah, turns out it starts at 9:30. So I'm early and great start. Just got back from the induction this morning. It has been a pretty busy morning. So lovely to see everyone, and also a lot of information to take on. Nothing too major. However, there are going to be some changes to the clinic. One of the ones that surprised me the most was the opening hours have changed. We used to be able to go into the clinic from 7:30 in the morning until 8 p.m. at night, and that has now changed to 8 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. and then we've got to be out, and after we work with our clients we have to have all our notes finished. So it's just making me think about how I manage my time and how I kind of change my schedule a little bit to kind of suit that. I'd really like to try and make it a priority to get out of the clinic early this placement, so this is definitely going to help with that. Yeah, I think what I'll do now is just give you a little breakdown of all the things I'm juggling so that you get an idea of what the timetable is like, and yes, it's very busy. Right, so I hope you can see this and I hope you can see my handwriting. This is like a little rough guide of what my week is now going to look like. So on a Monday, that's like a day off. However, I'm going to be volunteering in the middle of the day for the Dementia Me program, which is exciting. I'm really enjoying that. And then on Tuesday, I will be working all day at home, telehealth. Wednesday, I think I'm going to make that a library day and I'm going to commit myself to going into the library. And that's the day where I'm going to start doing my work on my thesis. More to come about that. I'm very excited to get back into research. And then on Thursday, Friday, I've got the clinic all day. These 2 days are jam-packed. These 2 days are so busy. So I'm glad that I kind of have a nice chill start to the week where there's nothing too hectic. It gives me time to plan and organize and do some research and get stuff done to then go into these 2 days, because these 2 days are huge. And then I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, but I'm contemplating going into the library on a weekend day, probably a Saturday, just to kind of get more stuff done and tidy stuff up and finish things. This program is just so demanding. I am working on so many different things. It could be great if I could do everything during the week and have the whole weekend off, but realistically, I think it's more strategic if I try and get some stuff done in the library on a weekend. Anyway, what I am going to commit to though is taking one whole day off on the weekend. Definitely going to do that. So probably going to be a Sunday. So yeah, that's what the timetable is looking like at the moment. Hey, time for a little bit of a check-in over the last couple of days. So yesterday I was doing work all day, telehealth with clients, and then in the evening I did my assessment/diagnosis training for ADHD. My work is running this workshop and I'm playing catch up, just watching all the videos and stuff about it. So I'm hoping that will help me for placement 2, fingers crossed, because it's all about cognitive assessments and I still need to wrap my head around everything I'll be doing in the clinic. That'll be tomorrow's thing. But anyway, yeah, that was Tuesday, and I think I'm gonna make Tuesday evenings kind of like my therapy night where I review skills and techniques and kind of do some training and just work on my own practice. And then Wednesday, which is today, has been kind of a weird one because normally we have classes on a Wednesday, but now we're transitioning to freestyle learning. And yeah, it hasn't been as productive as I would have liked. I'm just working on my literature review. This is kind of like my first day of tackling it and I'm still working out what I'm actually looking up. I kind of forgot how slow research can feel, and I really want to like step up my game with this research project. I really want to become more efficient. But something I am going to leave down below in the description of my video is the literature review Excel spreadsheet that I used during my honours year that my supervisor helped me develop and introduced me to kind of this way of working. So yeah, I'll leave that down below if you have to do a literature review, because I'm finding it very helpful. And yeah, that's the updates, and tomorrow I've got the clinic. Alright, so Thursday morning, just about to go into the clinic, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is our first week back after having 2 weeks off. Feels a little weird to be going back in, but I'm sure I'll get back into the swing of it soon. Today has been really admin focused, so I've just been catching up on notes and doing that sort of thing all day, and also adjusting to the new structure of placement 2, which is all about cognitive assessments. And yeah, there's kind of just like a lot to take in, and I feel like I'm still kind of absorbing it all. That day felt like a big one, although every clinic day kind of feels like a big one. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, in the afternoon I met my new supervisor for the first time and realized in that supervision session that I've been feeling kind of stressed recently with a few things. And that was like a little wake-up call that I kind of just need to take a moment, try and calm myself down a little bit. But yeah, overall really helpful, really nice to meet with her, and we looked at our supervision contract. Basically at the start of every placement you work out what areas you want to develop in, and you set SMART goals for how you're going to do that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with everything. All set for another day at the clinic. Today I'm trying out this new strategy where, even though there's a lot of information that's being thrown at us, I've decided to just not let it overwhelm me. I'm not going to be stressed. I'm just gonna keep telling myself I'm not stressed. I can handle it. Just one step at a time, just one step. I'm sitting here at my desk just kind of organizing my schedule for next week. And I thought it's cool to show you guys because it gives you an idea of how I manage my time. I like to do pretty much everything organization-wise through an app called Notion, which is like my favorite way of creating systems and staying on track with everything. However, I really enjoy putting pen to paper as well. So when I'm at the clinic, it's like the perfect opportunity to do time blocking. So this is a little template that I've created. It's all admin based. It has no client information, just to be very explicit about that. Just gives you an idea of how I manage everything. I like to track everything hour by hour. So when I'm at the clinic, these are normally my lists of things to do. So I've got like a list of client stuff that I've got to do. I've got a list of like general admin that I need to do, and then I've got a list of things that I need to do for supervision. And then over here is some ideas that I start to put together for how I'm going to structure my sessions, what I'm going to do in my sessions with clients. And then basically I put this information into blocks. So I think hour by hour, how am I going to spend this time? What am I actually going to get done in this next hour or so? And I keep a record of it here. And then I also put in blocks of like training that I have to do, supervision, admin, when I'm seeing clients, stuff like that. So yeah, that is my little system for how I stay organized at the clinic, and it's a method called time blocking, which I cannot recommend enough. It's a game changer for me. I find this kind of thing really helpful to do in environments where there's so much I have to be keeping track of and tabs on. So like especially at the clinic, this is great. Yeah, that's how I manage my time. I would love to know if you have any systems or tips for like time management, but I just thought I'd share that with you. So it's week number 2, placement 2, but it feels more like week 10. My brain feels a bit overloaded with kind of the sheer volume of all the different things that we are juggling. And I was thinking about this in terms of what's actually helpful to share in this vlog. I'm going to share with you all the things I'm juggling so you get a better insight into the demands of the course. Because I can tell you that I'm at the clinic and I can tell you I'm working on my thesis, but that really doesn't show you all these things. I've just added a bit of background lighting as well. So the first bubble is the clinic. Last placement, I was just juggling clients in the clinic. this placement, I'm also juggling cognitive assessments and a group program. So there's a lot to take in and learn about within these two domains. I am also volunteering, which is kind of part of the clinic in a way because it counts for client hours. I guess it's a clinic-related activity. So that's for the dementia program that I'm helping out with. And again, for that, I have weekly training. There's things I need to prepare for that. There's things that I'm learning. So already, this is just one bubble. Next, I've got my thesis. And for this one, I'm doing my lit review. I'm trying to figure out my study, which in itself is kind of an overwhelming process because I'm trying to work out what I'm actually doing here and setting the stage for the next year and a half of my research, what it's going to be. I'm going to talk a lot more about this as we progress through other vlogs, but yeah, for now, I'm focusing on a lit review. And I've also got assignments that I have to do within this bubble that relate to the thesis. So at uni, these are kind of like the two things that take up the bulk of my week. Then there's all this stuff that's outside of uni. So that's stuff like my job, doing YouTube stuff, my relationships, keeping up to date with like training, communities I'm part of, exercise, life admin, all this stuff that I'm also kind of juggling. And yeah, if I sat down and I thought about all this stuff that I've got on, of course I would get overwhelmed. It would just be too much. And the thing that you kind of have to learn how to do in this program is just really focus on the here and now and what you actually have to get done today. And it sounds so simple, but setting like, I don't know, maybe like 3 tasks a day that you're going to commit to getting done when you break this big stuff down into little steps, that's how I stay on top of it. Like I've always got 1 or 2 things that I'm going to achieve that day. I often aim for more, but I know that's unrealistic and that's actually what burns me out. So if I can just stay on top of trying to get, 2 to 3 things max done a day, then yeah, it's a good day. And that's my secret for how I navigate this, because it is hard and it is a lot and you really have to be kind to yourself and break it down into small steps. And I could talk a lot more about that. Like I love time management and organization and productivity and all those kind of things. Like that's just my jam. Like I find that really fun to learn about, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you really need to have some systems in place for if you go on and do a postgrad program like this. So I hope that gave you some raw insight into all of this. I don't know, this week has been really jam-packed. I've had a lot going on with uni and also outside of uni, and it's just been one of those weeks where it's been harder to kind of give you insight into the master's course. But for a little brief overview, I met with my supervisor on Monday. I've been doing the volunteering. I was working all Tuesday. I worked on my thesis all Wednesday and did a bunch of like admin and stuff like that. And then Thursday, Friday at the clinic. So yeah, just really full on busy, but good busy, doing a lot of stuff that I love and that feels really fulfilling a lot of the time. So yeah. I want to end this week's vlog with a couple of announcements. I get a lot of questions from psychology students asking questions about study and what pathway to go down and wanting to pick my brain on things related to the field of psychology. And in an ideal world, I wish I could kind of help everyone. It's really tricky there with the workload. But what I have been able to do is start offering the opportunity to have a chat with me one-on-one if you've got some questions that you want to dig a bit deeper with. So I'm going to leave more information about that down below. But if you would like to have a chat, I'm now offering that on a pretty limited basis. I'm just trialing it to see how it goes and if it's actually helpful for people. But yeah, all the information for that is down below, and I still answer questions in the vlog. So if you've just got like a one-off question, chances are I'll probably address it at some point in the vlog if I can. And yeah. The other thing I want to let you know too, because a lot of people have been asking me about this as well, is that I finally finished the master's application pack. So the details for that are also down below. It goes an extra step deeper into writing a CV and also the personal statement. I give even more tips and kind of guidance around that. And then it's got information of over 90 master's postgrad programs in Australia. So yeah, it's a pretty helpful document, and I really hope it helps if you decide to get it. And I'm gonna finish it here. But yeah, stay tuned for the next vlog, and I hope you have an amazing week, and I will talk to you again soon. Alright, bye!